Good morning to you, our audience. Ted and Ed TV channel welcome each of you to our weekly Saturday broadcast where we give insightful views on economic, political, world, and environmental issues concerning how money connects those matters. Our hosts, Mr. Ted Harvey Sr. and Mr. Edward Bishop III, are now taking each of you into our world of money and its value, along with the evils that come from the greed of hoarding financial power. He that controls the gold controls the important decisions in this world.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ted Harvey with Ed Bishop. Welcome to the Ted and Ed TV program. And this morning we got a lot to talk about. How you feeling this morning, Ed?
Oh man, I'm kind of tired. I've been up early this morning trying to put together an agenda for our program here, and I'm up here in the Atlanta area, and it looks just like Chicago here. We got so much snow. I don't know what to do.
I know we know about that weather.
Yeah, man, I thought I got away from this stuff, man, but yesterday, man, it just started snowing and snowing and snowing and snowing here, and the place has got snow this deep, man, this deep.
What?
Yeah. All out
Oh,
on
it's
our
probably melting
porch.
tomorrow, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, it snowed all day Friday, and it's still snowing outside right now.
Oh my
We got
goodness.
so
Oh
much
my goodness.
snow, man. We don't know what to do. The trees are so heavy with snow, they're breaking the limbs off and they fall all out. I said, oh my God, all last night, man. I'm sitting there and hear every now and then I hear a big thud. Boom, boom. Trees just falling down. So I'm hoping that we can get the telecast through and we'll be okay because I got to get outside and see what's going on and stuff there with my property here because this is a mess out there. And my wife ready to get out of here and start doing some things. And I thought I had gotten away from this stuff. Moved to Atlanta, I can get away from all this. Well, I didn't. It's here.
Well,
But anyway, we got an excellent show coming on here. Man, we got a lot to talk about today.
Well, yeah. The big news today, though, Ed, is black media.
Yo,
What is going
man.
on with black media? A whole lot of changes is happening.
Oh
A
man,
lot of changes.
did you hear about Roland Martin, man? They took him off of TV1 News here. I
Why?
Yeah, I was flabbergasted, man. Wednesday, I was listening to the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and come to find out that black media, TV1, well, the CEO is the third, who is the son of Kathy Hughes, decided that their budget constraints and everything didn't allow them to have Roland Martin on anymore. And I was just wondering, I said, why in the heck would they? 1 month ago, they gave Roland Martin was only an hour show, and they gave him 2 hours. And then less than a month and a half, 2 months later, they canceled his show. And it seems kind of odd that they are canceling his show because that either they got to be the most stupidest accountant that's out there, or there has to be some ulterior motive and stuff as to why they took Roland Martin and stuff off of his show.
Well, I know why, and this is just my own opinion, and which you can rub two pennies together. But the bottom line is he's Roland Martin is unapologetically black. He does not apologize being black, and he talk about black issues, and he will talk about everybody on the media by not covering our stories. So he covers our stories for us, just
Yeah,
like Tom Joyner.
yeah, but where do we go from here? Where is that void going to be filled at? Who's going to go out there and fill that void? Because somebody has to. And I'm hoping that between Roland and a couple of other people out there, that he does get a chance to come back on some weekly or daily or weekend newscasting and stuff, so we can get some black news and stuff, real black news from someone out there. I know we do have a few people on MSNBC. You have Joy Reid there. She does her weekend show and stuff every morning. from 10 to 12 on Saturdays and Sundays and stuff. And she does come on and have a good show there. But I don't see anyone out there doing a Monday
Well, you got
Friday
two owners out there. Two owners out there right now. You got Magic Johnson and you got Oprah Winfrey. Yep. They all both have their own TV shows. So that's a possibility. The question is that they have to accept Roland for who Roland is, because he ain't gonna change. So that's the thing. And Magic Johnson, he owns his TV station straight out. But Oprah is her. Well, we know what happened with Oprah. Didn't you hear the news about Oprah?
Go ahead.
She sold 25% of her ownership, with Discovery, and now Discovery owns 75% of OWN, which was Oprah Winfrey's network.
So
she only owns 25% of that, and she sold it for $70 million. Now, why in the world? Here you are worth almost $3 billion. So, the only thing I can see, the underlining of that is that Discovery must have gave her millions of shares of their stock.
That's the only thing I can think of. They had to, because OWN was in terrible trouble about 2 years ago until she had one of her friends to come on and help her to build her network and everything and stuff up. And she has a very good brand name out there. The OWN network it's probably worth about $1 billion, I would guess, right now. So I don't know. Maybe something happened, or maybe something's going on, but I never would have thought that Oprah would have sold her network. Now, she did have another network when she was doing her morning show that she sold also, and it's still sitting out there. And I think Discovery was the one who bought that one also. But maybe she's getting ready to move into some other ventures and stuff and everything, because Tyler Perry, who was her friend, came on and built her name and her network back up, and Tyler's getting ready to leave and go to BET, which is owned by Sony Entertainment. And I know Sony opened up the bank for old Tyler Perry. They just open the vault up and say, okay, Tyler, go in there and get as much money as you want, because we need for you to build up our BET network back up again, because the market share for BET has fallen way down. So Tyler, I guess, is now the new empire builder, the entertainment mega star who comes in and builds these networks back up with his shows and everything, and they just dump money on him for doing that. So,
well, people will pay for comedy. If I don't want to call it all buffoonery, but people will pay for comedy and entertainment. That's a form of entertainment. There's nothing wrong with comedians and people, doing what they do because they enjoy what they do. And there's nothing wrong, laughter is a good medicine, Mm-hmm. However, the thing is that right now we need serious content.
Absolutely.
We need serious content and information to keep the urban areas informed
as to what's going on, because there's a lot of things going on out there, and the conservative news market and stuff is getting larger because they have huge amounts of money, and a lot of these companies and stuff now are going out and buying television stations and TV stations and all that. And
like Sinclair?
Yeah, and they are being allowed to do that and everything through one of your topics that you wanted to talk about, and that's the FCC with this net neutrality going on.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
They talking about, if they pass this thing, we talking about litigation for days, man. They've already, people setting up, these lawyers are already setting up, trying to, they're going to be going to each individual market suing these people, because the fact is that the way this thing works, man, is that net neutrality, I don't know if people realize, is that your provider will be limited. In other words, your broadband provider will be limited. And there are so many broadband providers out there. I'm just going to name a few. You got Verizon high speed internet. You got Sprint. you got Armstrong Zoom, you got Spectrum, Google, AT&T, you got Earthlink, and you have Cox Communications. Now, those are some of the top, but it's many more, dozens and dozens of them out there. So if you want to if you are on that particular provider broadband, and another broadband is in your area, they can knock you off or slow your thing down when you're trying to go on with that, and then they're going to want you to use theirs. So the question is, let me just say this here. One of the couple of the people that are on the commission said that neutrality rules prevent internet service provides from blocking websites or slowing access to some sites to make others more appealing. So the point is that these people, the reason why this FCC chairman, I forget his name, but
his last name is Pai, like that. Pai, yeah, he was
this guy. I don't know who he's working for, but
he was appointed
by Trump.
He used to work for Comcast. He was one of the Comcast persons and stuff. He was one of their attorneys and stuff and everything that dealt with Comcast. He was out of he comes out of Kansas City, Kansas, and he was appointed to the board, the FCC commission and stuff and everything by Bush. And he's been on there for a long time, and now since Trump has become in power, Trump moved him over into the chairmanship. But before he became the chairman and stuff, Wheeler was the chairman. He was a Democratic appointee, and he was the one and everything that forced that net neutrality and stuff back. And he finally decided to put the rules down to govern all of these ISPs and stuff as utility companies. And the ISPs were fighting that because they didn't want to be judged as utilities, because if they are judged as utility companies and stuff, then the FCC and all the other international or interstate commissions and stuff, the ICC and all that, can govern them and tell them how to be able to operate and put some rules and stuff upon them. But now they want to get rid of this net neutrality thing and stuff and allow them to do what they want to do. And the main reason why AT&T and Comcast and all those biggies and stuff want to do that and everything is because they want to be able to govern and stuff the amount of speed that you get on the internet instead of opening things up to the highest bidder. Say Netflix, if you got Netflix on there and you're using them, and Netflix goes out and pays a premium to these ISPs to allow them to come through their networks and everything, then Netflix is going to turn around and add their cost over there onto you. And
Absolutely.
as long as you're using Netflix and stuff, you're going to have that speed to get what you want. But if you try to go to someone else, they're going to throttle your speed down, so you're not going to be able to access these sites, so you're not going to be able to access whatever you want to access. And there's a lot of things going on, Ted, with that. A lot of stuff going on there. Because I remember about back in July and stuff and everything, when they fought this guy and stuff about this net neutrality thing, and they finally won it. This was in 2016 when Obama was still the president. And they went to the commissioner, the head of that thing, and he finally decided to govern them, and he had the votes to do that, to make them a utility. They did bring forth a lawsuit and stuff against Wheeler about doing that, but he won that lawsuit and everything, so net neutrality became the law. But now these people with all this money and everything, they realize that they can make more money and stuff by abolishing net neutrality, and it's going to put more money and stuff into their pockets, and plus hold the consumer hostage and stuff because they can't see what they want, and the competition is going to be limited. But they got one big fighter and stuff out there, and that's Google. Google has because of their businesses involved in ads and stuff, Google makes money and stuff by letting people see their ads, and the more people who see their stuff and everything, the more money they're going to make. So it's really actually going to hurt Google really bad. So Google is kind of one of the people and stuff out there who is, like you said, going to be funding these lawsuits and everything and stuff
Oh,
that they're going to be starting if they do get the chance to pass this law and stuff to where they abolish net neutrality. So we're going to see
yeah,
what's happening.
and you got all these people that's going to be paying these people to pass this, and they doling out money like it's a cup of coffee.
Absolutely. They've got it. If you got all the money, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah,
And
so,
that's the thing here. That's the thing that we got us going and stuff, how money controls everything that we do. And
everything.
how greed and stuff for money and stuff and everything takes it, and they rule everything that's going on out there. Even like with Roland Martin here, there's a reason and stuff why they took him off. They said because of money, they don't have enough money, but it may be one of these other conservative companies and stuff out there like Sinclair Media, who's buying out these companies and stuff and everything, and that they want that power. They want to keep our community and stuff and everything, and don't want them to know what is going on out there. They don't want them to have a person with the voice of Roland Martin to let them know what's going on, to have them to know that you have an important election going on that
Right.
determines and stuff what's going to happen. They don't want us to know and stuff that some of these things like these tax cuts and everything they're talking about and everything is ripping off the poor person and stuff and everything, because these guys coming along and saying to them, hey, we need to watch out for these people because they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. But
Right.
I do think that there's going to be a voice out there, and one of the voices and stuff is ours. We need to stay online, stay on the internet, and keep on doing what we do.
I mean, going back to what you were saying earlier, because the fact is that TV One, we don't know who's on their board. We don't know who's investing in their stock, because I think they went IPO some years ago. I don't remember the year, but it hasn't been that long. But it's a lot of people investing money into that corporation, and those people have their own ideology. And it could be a company or a funder of Sinclair that's looking to buy them out in the long run, to get that market. So who knows? I mean, we don't know what the deal is. And it's a sad part. It's a sad part of it because, see, the thing is, you have to have those advertising dollars, and you have to have good quality advertising dollars. I'm talking about people that's going to pay big money because it costs a lot of money to do the news. It takes a lot of money. And so if you don't have the support, and I know that he had Cathy Hughes support because they did a whole big show on it, talking about how great Roland Martin was doing.
But ironically, it's Cathy Hughes who is one of the not the owner and stuff now, because she sold 51% of that company to Comcast. Comcast bought 51% of her company, but she's still part of the organization and stuff. They left her sitting there and stuff as part of the organization, and then she brought in her son and stuff and made him the CEO
for the almighty dollar.
TV One, yeah, and for the almighty dollar, she sold her soul and stuff to them. Something that she had spent her life and stuff ever since she was, 17 years old when Alfred was born and stuff.
She did a lot of great work.
She spent a lot of time buying up these small radio stations and building an empire and stuff up. But
the one thing though, Ed, though, her TV show and her radio show is two different companies.
But they're both under her. That's how money and stuff and everything, Ted, gets entwined and stuff to all this. They are putting them up there as, okay, they're separate, but I believe that they're both locked in together some kind of way. And Cathy Hughes does not own either one of them outright.
Okay.
She's not a majority shareholder of any one of them, but she has in essence and stuff through contractual agreements and stuff have maintained quasi control and stuff over what goes on and stuff there.
And the big thing is that what drives media is advertising dollars. And also those advertising dollars, what I should say is that those people that are on the board, or those people that are, most of them are from other corporations, major corporations, that does have influence over these agencies to advertise.
Mm-hmm.
And if the advertising dollars are not coming in, then that means you're not making any money. So the point is, the reason why she probably went over there because she wasn't getting advertising dollars.
Yeah, and there's also a viewpoint that they want to uphold there. They want to uphold.
Oh, we know the ideology. Yeah, absolutely.
Conservative ideas and stuff out there. They want to make sure of that. So
they learned that years ago, 30, 40 years ago, when we had all of, you remember when we had all those radio stations?
Mm-hmm.
We had hundreds of them. I don't even think we own 50 of them now in the country.
Well, like Kathy Hughes did, she bought a whole lot of them up. She bought over 100 and some of them up and everything over a period of decades and everything. And speaking of that, you remember back when we were younger and stuff and everything that and James Brown was still living and stuff. He went out and bought up some radio stations and stuff down here in the South. Yeah. And he was the one, I guess, that pioneered the fact and everything that Black people should own their own media sources and stuff out there. And then you also look at Johnson and stuff. You know, he started BET Network and stuff at the time when the old boy and stuff down here, I forget, I'm trying to think of his name, but he used to own the Braves and everything. And he was Ted Turner. He started his satellite thing going on and make billions of dollars and stuff off.
He made billions.
Yeah. And then right behind that, you know, I guess Johnson saw what he was doing and he followed right close behind his footsteps and created BET, Black Entertainment Network out there. And it became a big powerhouse in our community and stuff because the Black people being on it. And then once he built that thing up and everything, then
$2 billion.
Yep. Sony came in and said, hey, how much money you want for us to own this? And he sold it. And I guess at a point and stuff, you can't hold them back because they want to be owners and they want to sell out and stuff because they give them enough money to where they can live comfortably and stuff, you know, for the rest of their lives. So I don't know. Hopefully and stuff that we are in the future and stuff, there will be other things coming on. Like you said, Magic Johnson owns a couple of them and everything. Maybe he's ready to go ahead and start standing up and bringing Roland Martin type people on and stuff so they can do it. Or maybe Roland will gather the initiative up and everything and gather up enough funding and stuff where he can start his own thing and be able to get back out there and stuff on there, because I know that a lot of people follow him. He has a huge Twitter following. He has a huge Facebook following and stuff and everything. And after they found out that he was going to be off of News One and everything, man, the deluge of people who were upset about him being taken off was just unreal. But like you said, sometimes money determines and stuff what happens. And TV One folks and stuff and everything, the young lady who was supposed to be the manager and stuff of the TV One and everything, gave them the news and everything. But in turn, she turned around and said that they're still partnering with Roland Martin. Now, what does that mean? What their partnering is going to entail, we don't know. So by putting their partneringship in there and everything, supposedly it doesn't look that bad.
Tidbit here and there. He ain't gonna have no
yeah. They might bring him on and stuff for special stuff and everything. He might be going out there and doing specials and stuff, which might be good also. It might be good for Roland to go out there and do some specials and stuff, you know, like some of the other folks and stuff have done out there, and the white folks who've done in the marketplace. They go out and they create
like a TMZ type deal.
Yeah,
okay.
What about the guy who used to be on? They on Chicago. He used to be one of their news people in Chicago media market there. He's out there now, producing his own specials and stuff out there. I forget his name. He's in my mind and stuff now. He has so many stuff going on that I'm forgetting all these folks. But he has a thing now that he goes out and he does a lot of specials and stuff out there, and people he syndicate these things, and these syndications and stuff buy his special, and he makes a lot of money doing that. Maybe Roland wants to get on to Sirius XM. Sirius has a market out there and stuff and everything and stuff for him to get on where they won't be able to see him, but he'll be able to talk and to do some things like that, because a lot of black folks are out there on Sirius and they have programs.
Well, he has his own show in Atlanta, his own radio show in Atlanta. At least he used to. I don't.
No, he don't have it anymore. No, it's not here
he
anymore.
doesn't have it anymore?
No.
Okay.
But you notice that Tom Joyner, he used to be the fly jock and everything. He got his thing going on where he started Reach Media, and they slowly but surely tried to boot him out. And in 2015, they tried to throw him out there. So you only got a year to go, we're going to throw you out. But he made a mistake in allowing his white friend and stuff to be able to control what was going on and stuff, and give him advice, because his job was to keep the news on, keep his program on there. So he trusted this white gentleman and stuff there, his friend, to help him out. And his friend finally sold him out. And now he's the CEO of Reach Media, and which was founded and stuff by Tom Joyner. So money rules out there, and they will sell you down the creek. And he sell Tom Joyner down the creek and everything for some money. But Tom now decided that he wants to retire. Now Reach Media gave him another 2-year extension contract, so they'll be up in 2019. And so I guess he decided, there's no sense in me fighting this stuff. Let me go ahead and get ready to start retiring. And I know a lot of the people and stuff there on his show and everything, his program that he has now, upset about it, because they don't know where they're going to be working at in 2 years. And you see Sybil is one of his loyal person and stuff, who's been with him for the 25 years and stuff. Now she's probably sitting out there trying to figure out where she's going to go and everything. But she had a good showing and stuff with him. I'm sorry that Tom didn't give her the kind of monies and stuff that she deserved and stuff for what she did. But hopefully, maybe she does have it. We don't know.
No, we don't know. And the thing is that, Tom Joyner has his own way of communicating. He has his website. He has all kinds of things that he still can. He's not going to go just totally out the door. He's going to be doing something. I'm sure of that.
Probably not, because he does raise a lot of money for these HBCU schools out there. He has the foundations going on that raises money. He has the this yearly boat trip and stuff that he has and stuff for people in April and stuff. They come out, and all the monies and stuff that he raises, the excess money he raises and stuff, goes into these HBCU schools.
Absolutely.
And that's a good thing. He's already raised something like $69 million and stuff that he's given to these HBCU schools and stuff and everything. So he does a lot of philanthropic, ventures or whatever out there. So yeah, he might still do that. But I really don't believe that Tom wants to leave radio at all. I believe he wants to stay there. But I think right now, he's tired of fighting them. He's kind of older, and the fight and stuff is for young folks. So hopefully there's some other folks out there and stuff and everything who's going to come in there and
pick up the mantle.
Pick up that mantle and fill that void and stuff. Because before Tom Joyner came on, we still had news out there, but it wasn't like it is today. But we were still there, and he came in and filled the void and everything, and created an empire for himself. He's made a lot of money. His sons that came on, they made a lot of money and stuff, and Tom's got enough money where he can live comfortably and stuff for the rest of his life. He's worth over $60 million and stuff right now. So, hey, he doesn't have to.
Well, today's standards, it's a lot of money to us, but it's chump change out there for the big moguls.
It is, but
talking about the big moguls, though,
yeah.
Let's get on this business watch. Because one of the big moguls out there right now is Elon Musk.
Oh man, that's a crazy guy there, buddy.
This guy, man, let me just tell you. I keep up with him, just to see what he's doing. He's got so much stuff going out there. But what he just recently did, he set up a contract with Anheuser-Busch and they're going to do 40 Tesla semi trucks. These are going to be electric powered and equipped with what they call as autonomous, which means driving themselves. They're going to drive themselves. And the reason why they're doing it is because they want to have a green power. They're interested in that, to make their, they figure that the green is the future, Anheuser-Busch. And that's going to save them a lot of money because it's going to be electric. And I don't know if you've seen those semi trucks.
I saw them.
But they are funny looking.
They are.
I think this is going to be the wave of the future, man, because it's so many. He's building a plant in China right now.
Well, he's already got a huge plant there in northern Nevada and stuff, where he's building these batteries and stuff. He has a huge battery plant and stuff there, along with these cars that he is building and stuff over there. Those cars he's building and stuff now, he isn't building them as fast as he wants. And that's why I'm looking at Elon Musk and everything, because he's into so many things and stuff now that you can't pinpoint him down. And you wonder and stuff, where is Elon getting his money from? Well, Elon is, I think part of his relationship is Russian. So
you said it. You said it.
So he may be getting some of that Russian oligarch money and stuff, on the side to help him to continue to do some things. But he is out there doing some very positive things for the environment, for climate change. He's producing these batteries and stuff that do not put emissions out there into the ozone area. He did build several batteries and stuff for powered plants and stuff for Puerto Rico. And he told me he would have it over there in less than 60 days and stuff, and he did. Those batteries and stuff now are being powered and stuff and regenerated and stuff through the sun or whatever, and it's powering up I don't know how many homes and stuff there in Puerto Rico and stuff, but he did put them in there, and he did it in a philanthropic idea. He did not charge them anything and stuff for it. He just went ahead and did that, all in his own, out of his own pocket. So how that thing's going to work out for the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, I don't know, but I would think that that what he has done and everything may prove to be very valuable and everything for them, and because of the energy that they get from the sun and all that other stuff and everything that they have available.
And those people are still going through. They still
batteries, yeah.
So,
yeah, and then he's got that big contract and stuff now, where he's got people who are waiting on these electric cars that he's talking about.
Yeah.
The ones
$35,000 to $50,000.
Right, and they've already. So some of these people have already paid that money. These are almost 50,000 people who have already paid for these cars, and either they got them or they're waiting on them and stuff right now. So Elon is he's a character. He is a character.
On the internet, they showed a day with Elon Musk, right? Or a morning, I should say. And they gave it point by point, how he lives his money, how he does his life. And he very seldom is on the telephone. And he does everything by text, and if you want to communicate, text or email. That's it. He very seldom is on the telephone. And when he's in a meeting, if a person don't have an idea or he has nothing to say or bring to the table, he kicks them out of the meeting. So you better come to the table with something.
With something, yeah. So he's got
his minutes is like, I mean, he works in 5-minute intervals. That's how he does his whole life. He just all day. He just 5-minute intervals. You have a meeting, boom, 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 over, and he moves on to other things. So he's got a lot of energy. You got to give him that. I don't know how creative he is, if he's copying off of other people and people bringing him ideas, or if he's bringing them himself. But
well, he has a lot going on. you know, he has some contracts and stuff and everything to put these satellites up there and everything. He's put a bunch of satellites up there into space and everything now.
Yeah.
And then he's got this thing going on along with this guy, Richard Branson and stuff and everything to have these space shuttle flights and stuff that's taking ordinary citizens and stuff up there into space and stuff and letting them fly around and then bring them back. So he's involved in that stuff too and everything. So he's got a lot of irons and stuff out there in the fire.
Oh yeah.
And how he makes his money and how he keeps up with all that stuff, I have no idea.
Really. I mean, well, we know that what is his stock going for now? Over $370 a share now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah.
I don't watch his stock at all. I think he's an eccentric person and stuff and everything. And I'm thinking one day that he's gonna kind of fall down, but it looks like he's keeping on going with whatever he's got going on, and he's making money and stuff doing it because he is a billionaire.
Yeah. Well, talking about billions, over there, I want to just talk just a little bit about Nigeria. Because, we usually, we talk about, other countries and countries that are right now, and some countries are in dire shape. This is a sub-Sahara African country. And it is crazy is what's going on. One of their major commodities that they are one of the top producers in the world of oil.
Mm-hmm.
They're not taking advantage of it, as far as I'm concerned, because, obviously other corporations are coming in there and they're taking that oil and taking the resources out, and they're getting a little bit of money from it because their GDP is $400 billion in 2016. Their GNP, their gross national product, is a little bit over $1 trillion, what they produce. And so, but their debt is over 40 billion. So they have a lot of debt. And one of the things that what I found out that's in Nigeria, and it's a pretty hard mark, they are something like 15% of what we call modern day slavery, which involves trapping people in modern servitude, and including human trafficking and forced labor. They estimate almost 1 million, according to sources, Walk Free Foundation, almost 1 million people that's in that realm in Nigeria. That's in a sort of a slave mentality or slavery, actual slavery. So, it's a form of dire poverty. People, what they do is they set people up. They say, we have jobs available for you. Give us a call, and then they say, well, meet us here, and then they end up taking those people saying, but it's not really a job, and they end up in brothels or working crazy labor somewhere. So Nigeria they have a great one of the largest metropolitan Lagos. Lagos is one of the most modern cities, and they have all amenities just like if you're going into Chicago or LA or whatever, and they live in large there, and some parts of Nigeria, but it's probably just like America, when you look at it, because you got a lot of that's going on here in America too. All this modern day servitude, people have to work, with very low wages, and you got human trafficking, what have you. But the point is that they are one of the poorest, but then still, they're doing well in certain areas.
Well, like they're doing in this country right here, they're creating pockets and stuff of poverty and pockets of wealth. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor, and trying to get rid of, and they're slowly but surely moving, shrinking the middle class. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. And the middle class is going to be shrinking, and they're shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, the middle class in our country. And eventually we may end up in the same situation that you find in a lot of other countries and stuff out there, including Nigeria. But something you said and stuff about slavery and stuff there with Nigeria, I Nigeria and Ghana, all those people and stuff on that Gold Coast there, all around Africa and stuff there. If you remember and stuff, and history a lot of times repeats itself, they enslaved our foreparents and
Yes.
put them on ships and stuff there. So what's going on in Nigeria is it's been going on there for years and years and years. They do enslave their people, and they ship them off and everything to other places, and that's how we got here to America, because those countries and stuff along that coast there and stuff, including Ghana and all the rest of them there, and Nigeria, they enslaved their people. They put them in whatever they did, and they exported them and stuff right out of their daggone country for money. And they took the money and do it. And so by them doing that stuff now, it does not surprise me that they're doing it, because they have a generation, years and hundreds of years and stuff of doing that same thing. And really, actually, that enslavement thing, Ted, is going on in a lot of countries. You look at Dubai, they have slave
Indiana.
mentality and
I
stuff.
mean, in
Yeah.
India.
India has one. China has a small one, dealing with making these iPhones and stuff. They have enslaved these children and stuff and everything inside these factories and
Over
stuff.
2 million, over
Yeah.
2 million of them.
Right, and they're making these, and they're forcing them to make these iPhones long work hours or whatever, so people can get rich off of it. And Apple is in essence and stuff and everything, they're funding their
Yeah.
slave things and everything. Human rights activity and stuff is really getting messed up around there. But people look at it and stuff and everything nowadays, and they're more concerned about their own things, what's going on in their own country and stuff about enslavement. So, but we have to be aware of those things that are going on, and hopefully by being aware of them, we are going to be able to kind of.
Well,
slow
it's
it
a
down
funny
little bit.
thing that you mentioned slavery, because my word for today is emancipation, which is the fact or process of being set free from legal, social, or political restriction, liberation. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to try to be kind about it. I want my 40 acres and a mule. Okay? I want my 40 acres and a mule, because, my forefathers worked. And I don't even know my own great-great-grandfather. He might have been fighting for the Union. Now, according to this, this is a story that I picked up on. There was a guy by the name of Abraham Brown in 2011. I don't know if you, I never, I seemed like it passed me, but then again, I never really took it seriously. But this was passed by the Supreme Court. This guy sued the United States because his great-grandfather, Elijah Brown, was promised 40 acres and a mule. His great-grandfather died in 1891, and according to them, they won it in North Carolina, and 18,000 other free slaves supposed to have gotten 400,000 acres of land. Now, I'm gonna have to look into that further, but it's amazing, that that should be said all over the place, and we should be all of us checking out our ancestry to see if we qualify for that 40 acres and a mule.
So you want the 40 acres and a mule, but you haven't checked it out.
Money.
But you haven't checked it out to make sure that your ancestors and stuff were the ones who were offered that 40 acres and a mule.
I know my great grandmother. That's as far as I go, bro. That's as far as I can go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But anyway, that's my word for the day.
I'm,
And
I'm glad you brought that up and everything, Ted, because that brings me to this thing that's going on. Matter of fact, is going on right now this morning. Uh, how our 45 has been invited to the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi. And John Lewis and Benny Thompson, Representative Benny Thompson from Mississippi, have have de-invited themselves and everything because and I found out that the invitation to Mr. Trump and everything came from the governor, Phil Bryant of Mississippi. That the actual people and stuff who are dealing with this stuff, who are working with it, who helped build the Civil Rights Museum and everything, I guess they have gotten some of their monies and stuff from other outside sources and stuff. So they're having a big celebration and the opening of the Civil Rights Museum in Mississippi, and they invited old 45 to come, and 45 accepted. When they found out that 45 accepted, man, there was a uproar about that, having him, President Trump, come to help them to open up the Civil Rights Museum there in the state of Mississippi and Jackson, where they had the most racist, and they still have the most racist folks that going on that there is. It has insulted them, they say. So
they say that he's not going to speak. And
yes,
then I heard one commentator.
no, they said he's going to speak, but he's
this is going to bring publicity and more people
yeah,
going to come by and see
absolutely.
it. And all of that.
Absolutely. It's, he's not going to take part in the public portion of it. He is there right now taking part into a little private ceremony and stuff, and that he's going to sit down and have lunch or breakfast or something with a few people and everything. And because they don't want him to not be there because they invited him. So they figure that if he does try to speak and everything, that they're going to be a big uproar about it, and they can't have that. So, but but his actions and stuff and everything in the past, and still his actions and stuff going on now, he does not deserve the right and everything to come to the Civil Rights Museum. I don't think so. That's my own personal opinion. It's not an opinion of some other folks around us or whatever, but that's just my personal opinion, that he does not deserve that. Now, if he does come, he does do what he was supposed to be doing, then hey, there's nothing that we can do about it, because the people who were the ones who were involved in building that museum accepted funding and stuff from outside sources and stuff, and these sources saying, hey, you want to continue to get this funding to keep Civil Rights, you gotta let 45 come there. So the NAACP and a lot of these black organizations, the CBC and everybody and stuff is just really, really, really in an uproar about it. They supposed to be bringing Myrlie Edwards and stuff there. She's going to be speaking. She said that she's going to speak no matter what there. And you know, Myrlie, who she is Medgar Evers' widow.
Yes.
And Medgar died in Mississippi and stuff, was shot and killed and stuff for his efforts and stuff there. And so I guess he's part of that Civil Rights Museum. And and to have a president who was expounding racist ideas and stuff and everything is just it's really an insult to everything that we stand for. So I'm all in agreement with Brother John Lewis and all the other NAACP people that the governor should not
I heard on the Rowan Martin show that and he was talking to that president of NAACP, and he said that people, you know, can protest however they want to, but we're not attending. So if you want to protest in March, you can do that. You can not show up, or however you want to protest. So right now, you know, we're sort of kind of like what do we do? You know, people gonna do what they want to do. He's the president of the United States, 45, and he's making a showing, and I don't know exactly what he's going to do as far as you know, going in and helping the Black urban areas and what have you, but his policies don't prove it. You know, and I'm not seeing it. You know, he's cutting everything. I mean, not only from, you know, urban areas, but he's cutting it from the rural areas too. I mean, he's going to be hurting a lot of people with his tax plans, with cutting his health plan, all kinds of things he's hurting. He's going to hurt the environment of all of these little things that he's doing, deregulating. So, and you know, in my opinion, and things that I've read and listening to other folk, we're not going to feel all this until about 5-6 years from now.
Well, some of us going to feel it right away. Some of us will feel it right away because it has something to do with our taxes and stuff for 2017, 2016, 2017 taxes. It's going to have an effect on it and stuff right now with what they're doing. Especially
no, they're saying that this stuff won't go into effect until 2018.
No, some of it's going to go into effect next year for your taxes. Some of it.
If they don't pass anything, if they don't pass it this year, if they don't pass it in December,
right,
it's not going to affect.
It's not going to affect us
until 2018 because it's going to be on your 2017 taxes.
If they do pass it this year and put it on his desk, it is going to be affecting some people next year.
Next year. But if they don't pass it, I don't believe they're going to pass it.
Well, that's I got mixed feelings about that. I believe that they're going to pass something. What they're going to pass, I don't know. But they are committed to passing something to satisfy their donors and stuff out there. They're committed to doing something. And what
they might. They sold.
Yeah, and what they're going to pass, I don't know what it's going to be, but they are committed to passing something. And because of that effort, strong efforts to do that and stuff in a short period of time and everything, it's going to make something very ugly. And it's going to allow a lot of progressives and Democrats and all the other to be able to come in and have a profound effect in 2018 for this election, midterm election that's coming up. It's going to mean a lot.
Yeah, it's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot.
It is going to mean a whole lot. And I'm looking forward and stuff to seeing this election 2018 and seeing what the heck happens. Are people going to forget about what they did? Or are they going to fight this mess and stuff and everything and decide to take those people out of office and stuff? Because it looks like our representation and stuff there in the Congress and stuff does not care about people out there who go out there and pull that lever and stuff to vote for them. All they care about is that money coming into their pockets. And when you start caring more about the money that's coming into your pockets than your constituents and stuff and everything out there who are the ones who keep you in office, something's wrong.
Well, that's the game they play. It's all about the money and their money, you know, as long as they stay in office, that's all that matters. So, you know, the ones that have favored, you know, and they got them pretty much gerrymandered in. So who else you gonna vote for, you know? And that's the game they play, you know. So and until these younger people start stepping up and start running for office, and I think that's what's happening now. That's the movement. A lot of these younger people are stepping up. They're getting themselves engaged. They realize that both parties are not for you. Neither one of those parties are for you. All they do is talk. That's it. And complain.
And take your money.
I want to see action and take your money. I want to see some action.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing Bernie Sanders just talk. I'm tired of hearing what's the lady's name? I can't think of her name now, but
Nancy Pelosi.
No, the other one. Well, her too, but then the other one is just doing a whole lot of talking too, and the blonde-headed lady. what is her name? But all she does is talk, talk, talk. You know, let's see some bills. Let's see something. Where's your plan? What are you going to do? You know, get these people riled up. Get out there and start doing something. You're a senator. And where's the Congress people at? You know, I mean, you know, they're not taking this thing serious, as you ask me. You know, I don't care if you got 200 people, 100 people, 5,000 people coming to see you. You need to get these people riled up. This right here is some serious business. It's going to hurt a lot of people. A lot of people.
That's why I think
getting in front of the doggone Washington Tower or the Washington White House and having 200 congressmen, you know, talking about the bill. No, get your butt out there in the street and get out there and start knocking on doors and get your people to get out there and walk and knock on doors. They're paying you over $200,000 to do that.
Well, that's why I think that this thing is probably going to pass. Nobody's not doing what you were talking about doing, because I remember when the healthcare was going on, they had people around there marching on street corners in every city around the country. Thousands and thousands, millions of people out there marching and stuff against this healthcare thing, and they kind of got it down. But you don't see them out there doing that and stuff right now with this tax cut thing going on.
Yeah, you got 9 million kids right now that
don't have no health coverage. They have no health coverage. So
it's crazy.
We're going to see what happens. Just like you were telling me the other day and stuff, you know, we have to keep praying and figuring out what the heck to do and just getting out there and doing something, because I just can't see us doing and being able to survive with this kind of environment and stuff going on. It's not going to win. Like I said, they're trying to shrink their middle class. They want to shrink it and
trying to. They have shrunk it.
Yeah.
They have shrunk it, man. I mean,
two ends. You're rich or you're poor.
Yeah, you're not middle class because your household is $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
You barely making it with $50,000 if your household is you know, unless you only paying $500 a month for rent.
Oh no, that's not going on.
I don't know nobody that's paying $500 a month for rent. Most people paying $1,300, $1,400 a month for rent nowadays.
Yeah, unless you're living in a shack. Yeah, you're right.
but here's the deal. I just now I don't know how legitimate this is, but I'm gonna put it out there. I just heard. I'm sounding like 45 now. Somebody told me. I'm sounding like 45. Somebody told me that there are 9 million people that have some type of HUD housing assistance.
Yeah.
Single mothers out there that has HUD assistance.
Yeah.
Come January 1st, most of them going to be cut out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing. You don't hear no hollering and screaming or nothing. Subsidized apartment dwelling. That's what it is. Some of them live in homes, subsidized homes, you know, like, you know, they might pay half of that's how it works, subsidized housing. Mm-hmm. If the rent is $1,000, you might only have to pay $500 or whatever that may be. Mm-hmm. You know, they might subsidize on your electric or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because you got 2 kids or 3 kids, you know, and you're trying to make it and you're still working.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing too. Those are the type of little things that's happening to people that are, you know, as you might classify poor, but the point is that they're working poor. Those are the people that's, you know, who can afford these rents that's out here. You know, it's not a lot of people can afford $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for rent, and especially if you want to live in a decent area, what they call a decent area, and a nice apartment and safe and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody want to live in slums.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to be living in those slums. So anyway, okay, I did my rant. But anyway, let me do this. Let me do this so I can calm myself down a little bit. We're going to go to the BIG, the Big Connection, Believe in God Connection. I just got one scripture.
Go ahead.
And what it is from Deuteronomy. What chapter is this? This is 6, Deuteronomy 6:2. And it says that you may fear the Lord your God to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, you and your son and your grandson, all the days of your life, and that your days may be prolonged.
Mm-hmm.
I can go off on that and get some more scriptures, but I'm just going to just say that one right there. You know, obey the statutes, obey the commandments.
Mm-hmm. And if you believe in him, you're going to believe everything's going to be okay, because you got to have faith that something's going to be okay and we're going to be all right. You and I both, Ted, we have been through wars and wars and wars and wars like this and everything. We remember we were raised up in the civil rights area.
Absolutely.
And we made it through, and I'm pretty sure that our folks gonna make it through. We just have to be patient and allow them to take those reins over. And I guess I gotta believe that. I gotta have faith that that's going to happen.
I'm praying for them, bro.
Yeah,
trust me. I just got a lot of great young people out there, man. That's doing it, and I'm believing that they're stepping up to the plate.
And they're stepping forward, and you can see that. You're looking at. I want to congratulate. What's this lady's name? Tanisha Bottoms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mayor Tanisha Bottoms. Hopefully they don't try to steal the election from her, because they're still in the recount.
Mm-hmm.
But she made it over that hump and stuff to become the next mayor, the second female mayor of Atlanta.
Yeah,
I remember Miss Mayor Shirley Franklin and stuff. She made it through there and got the job for a mayor, and stayed there for 2 terms, and she did a decent job and stuff in being mayor. And I hope Miss Bottoms and stuff are capable of doing the same thing. Because really, actually, I thought that this election time we were going to have a white woman mayor, but so far it hasn't happened yet. But they have not.
She was trying to pull the okey-doke.
Yeah, they haven't officially given it to Tanisha Bottoms, but everybody is saying that it's looking pretty good and stuff for her at this point. And all Mary is doing is prolonging this thing and hoping that she can come up with some kind of lawsuit or something.
It was less than $800, wasn't it? 800 people, wasn't it, votes, right?
Yeah, less than 800 votes, but they're waiting on those absentee ballots and what's going on and stuff with them and everything. But so far, they're saying that it still looks like that she can't overcome that.
I hope so. I hope she got her lawyers watching looking over the shoulder of these people.
Yeah, so I want to congratulate her and stuff, young woman and stuff, coming from an HBCU school, and she's going to be the next mayor here of Atlanta and stuff and everything. So, come on, girlfriend. And we got a lot of other people out there who are doing a lot of good things and stuff. So, and I'm going to be writing some articles and stuff about her and what's going on with her. And there was another thing that happened here in Atlanta and stuff that was kind of went viral and stuff, Ted. There's a young lady, black lady and stuff from, I think she's from Cleveland. And she's one of the news people and stuff down here. Her name is Sharon Reed.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw that? Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, Sharon, for going viral and stuff on there, calling out these folks who are using the N-word and stuff and everything to commentators out there. What really surprised me and stuff was looking at the video and stuff, her white compadres who were on both sides of her and everything while she was doing this, they were all sitting there. Ooh, what's going on here? She girlfriend came forth and said, "Hey, I'm gonna put this out there so people can see it. This is the email." And showed the email and showed her how she misspelled the N-word. She couldn't even spell it right. But
she clapped back.
Right. It shows her courage and stuff in doing it, because this could have been a job changing event and stuff from her if it had not have happened right. She could have been thrown off the air. She took that chance and she did it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she used the N word.
Right. She used it right there on her show, and like I'm saying, it could have been devastating and stuff for her. It could have been in her career, and she put her job and her career on the line to let people know what folks and stuff in the year 2017 that racism is still got his head being risen up,
Yeah,
and
it just
we need to be
what's
aware and stuff that's going on all the time around
what's
us.
that guy named Noah that comes on the Daily Show? He said racism is a disease.
Oh man.
He said, now
Well,
he's
this
from South
lady,
Africa.
this
He's from
yeah,
South
well,
Africa,
this
bro. He saw some
yeah, I know.
serious racism. He said it's a
Well, did this lady who sent the email and everything and stuff out there, I guess she wanted to make it. If you actually read the email, I think she was trying to make it real easy and everything, something that people would be able to say could swallow and everything would be okay. But the fact that she used the N word and stuff doing that thing is just
yeah. That was the whole motive though.
just
Actually put it
that
on
was
there,
the
you know.
motivation. Yeah. So those things are going on. So, Mr. Harvey, we about at the end of our time and stuff here, and I'm hoping that everyone enjoyed our program. I'm looking forward to next week and everything. We're getting close to Christmas, people, and we want to keep on letting you guys know that even though Christmas is here, watch out and don't get yourself in a whole lot of debt because of this.
Absolutely not. And
Yeah.
one thing I want to I'm not going to forget, we have like 3 or 4 different segments that we do. And one segment that we have to do before we go ahead, and maybe you might want to touch on some more of the, black media. But one of the segments that we have is the holistic lifestyle. And I got a drink for everybody, that I think would help. And I'm working on this myself, where it opens your veins and your heart. It's sort of like let me just give you what they say that you should do. This is lemon, ginger juice, garlic juice, apple vinegar with honey. You blend that together and take a tablespoon of that every morning before you get up and eat breakfast.
Mm.
And that'll open up your veins.
Well, I used to take the apple cider vinegar and stuff, but I don't know if I can take the rest of that stuff you're talking about.
Garlic,
It's,
ginger, and lemon. I'm telling you, man, mix it up. Put some honey on it.
That'll be a hard pill for me to swallow too.
It is. So I've done it. So.
Well, we hope everybody is okay, and we want to let everybody know we only got a few more days and stuff before the enrollment period for the healthcare coverage and stuff is going to be ending. It ends in a few more days. I think Thursday, Friday is over with. That's the end of your enrollment period for your healthcare. So, all those people and stuff who have not gotten their healthcare need to go out there and get it, and because something's going to, no matter what the Republicans are trying to do and everything, I still believe that your health care is going to be very important and stuff for you, and that you do need some kind of health care coverage, because there's no sense in going to the hospital or to the doctors and stuff, and people are asking you, do you have health care insurance, and you don't have it. You're better off having it than not having it. And I know that they are attacking the Affordable Care Act, but it's still there, and there's still insurance companies and stuff who believe in it. There's still agencies out there who believe in it. There's still hospitals who believe in it. There's still healthcare folks out there who believe in it. Doctors, nurses, and everybody believe in having people having healthcare, and not to just not having healthcare at all and taking a chance on if something happened to you or whatever, you can't get any health care and stuff taken care of, or whatever's going on and stuff, you can't get it taken care of, especially with this country becoming more and more obese, and diabetes and stuff and everything is running rampant, and along with a lot of other heart diseases and stuff like that. And even I found out there's a lot of birth defects going on. It's really bad. There was an article and stuff in NPR and stuff that I found about 2 days ago and stuff, talking about the high mortality rate and stuff in birth in births and stuff in our community. So it's a real bad thing that is going on, and we need to make sure that that people are taking care of themselves, that it women and stuff who are becoming pregnant or whatever and having their children and everything, that they go out and get their prenatal care so their child can come out healthy. So,
Absolutely.
anyway,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Ted.
All right. Well, until next week, folks, we're going to see you. You have a great rest of the week and weekend, and we'll see you later.
Thank you so very much, Ted. Bye-bye.